name is Sigurd from Austria, Sigurd Meiche. I have been in sports marketing for my whole life. That's more than 25 years now. Some of my career highlights have for sure been being 20 years with Red Bull. Red Bull, the energy drink. For all of you who don't know, it's an Austrian brand. Also a pretty cool headquarter on the countryside here, close to Salzburg. I joined Red Bull in 1999 when this was still one of these startup mentality, a young brand on its way up. And the moment when I joined was also when the whole international rollout was happening. Until I left, I was the global head of sports, which means responsible for being responsible for athletes, events, esports, like all over the world. For me, I think that trampolining is one of these core skills. It's a skill like moving and moving perfectly in the air. Trampolining is so much influencing all the other sports. Is it freestyle motocross? Is it skateboarding? Is it snowboarding? Is it BMX? Like all freestyle sports, I know the athletes, wakeboarding, aerial surfing, they all are training on the trampoline. For me, it's much more than one discipline that is maybe not the biggest one, and it's not in the mainstream sports in the world, but on the other hand, it is one of these basic skills that freestyle athletes of all kinds need to be good in. If you put a trampoline in your garden, have a group of young kids and children out there, and the first thing what they will do, they will have fun on the trampoline. So it's obviously a natural movement of humans to just like try to bump and jump and do tricks in the air. So for me, the fascination is that you're so much playing with the gravity thing, and you can somehow cut loose from all the things that you cannot do on the ground. So if you are just performing on the flat earth, on the ground, or on concrete, you don't have these options and these many possibilities that you find on a trampoline. It's really coming close, having different camera angles, seeing how high they really are. You know, and the closer you are, maybe even with the POV cameras and some others, but also giving more style and atmosphere for the athletes. You know, so many sports deal with music already. Look at a beach volleyball stadium in the Olympics. There you have sound, you have people dancing, and you have really expressing themselves via body moves and everything. And I think this is what this sport is perfectly qualified, bringing that tension, bringing that excitement to one place and being able to capture it for many people around.
One, two, and yeah! There we go! Oh man!
So Olympic trampoline, beautiful to watch, but freestyle trampoline is exciting to watch and yeah, spectacular.
Hi, my name is Evan. I'm 17 years old, live in Austria, and I'm representing ARL Park. I started G-Tramp when I was about 10 years old. For the first 3 years, I only did simple stuff like backflips and front flips, and then I bought a better trampoline and started to really progress. For me, a typical training starts with at least 20 to 30 minutes of warming up. I do my stretching, small stuff on the air track, and then go up to the trampoline and do some basics. I will get a feel of what tricks work best for that day. It seems to me like on each day I'm better at a certain trick or at a certain combo. So I try to find that out, what works best on that day. That depends on how my body feels, how motivated I am, and generally how flexible I guess my body is at that day. So I find that out within the warm-up already, and then I try to go into depth in that trick. I tend to play it relatively safe. I've definitely necked a few times, what ended up for me not being able to tramp for like a week. And I've had some bruises all over my body pretty much, but never anything too serious. In summer, I train about 3 to 4 times a week, often between 2 and 4 hours. The variety of tricks or disciplines I train in summer is way bigger though, because we're in the swimming pool a lot or just outside where we can train tricking or free running. For me, I have to have all of the steps that build up that trick consistent, and as soon as I have that and have the mental ability to actually go for the trick, I will tend to go for it with the mat. After working up or actually doing the good tricks, I normally just have fun at the end of the sesh by just playing around, trying new positions, new grabs, new types of axes that my body can go, or just generally new types of movements. What about the community do you like the most and why?
I like freestyle trampoline because it's a sport with a great community where you don't compete against each other, you just do it together, It's like a great family.
For me, it's definitely the fact that you can be yourself, you can be unique, you can come up with any tricks or combos you can think of, and it will be accepted by the community. The second thing I love the most, or I love a lot about the community, is the fact that everyone supports each other. Even the beginners get a lot of support from the older and better flippers, and that's something I really appreciate and love about this community.
All right, everyone, grab a seat. We are about to get the show on the road. Welcome to the third qualifier for the World Championships of Freestyle Trampoline. My name is Greg Rowe, and I will be your host. We are live streaming across the world to our fans at home who are tuning in remotely, but we also are going to give you guys an amazing show. We have done 3 qualifiers in Sweden, in Germany, and now we're here in Austria to pick the one athlete from Austria that's going to go to the World Championships of Freestyle Trampoline, the first ever in London on August 4th, coming up soon. So I want to throw it over to our commentators, and we are going to let them run through a little bit what's going on, and we'll allow our athletes to take a little bit of a one bounce here, let them kind of warm up a little bit, and then we'll get the show on the road. Thanks, guys. All right, athletes.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the third live stream, the third World Qualifiers for the FTA World Championships in Freestyle Trampolining. Felix, it's good to be back. We were here last week in Sweden. How are you today?
Absolutely, it is an honor to be here, and we've been amazed by what we've seen so far in the training, and also we got to try out the amazing ARL Park trampolines ourselves yesterday, and so we are in for a treat today, and so I'm feeling pretty hyped, and I just want to go out there, jump myself, but just talking here about what we see, amazing as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. And like you just said, we had a little bit of time yesterday to check out the trampolines for ourselves and make sure that the athletes have the proper equipment to do this competition on, and like you said, it was great fun. But before we begin, why don't we begin with the judges?
Hell yeah, let's go with the judges. I mean, we have the who is who of judging. First of all, we have Jake, 17-year-old Austrian English gymnast. He's a free rider as well and an OG tramper. So he's really the OG, and why? He did the world's first dub to quint kaboom. And he's been doing it for 7 years already, and he got to a high level, switched to gymnastics, ski freeriding, and ski freeriding, I mean, we already found your favorite judge,
Definitely,
I guess.
I'm definitely going to be looking out for what Jake is going to be saying for the judging here.
Also splash diving fanatic,
Yeah.
and loves to flip.
Yeah, there you go. And he like he told us, he loves to flip wherever he wants to or wherever he goes. So he's just trying to implement flipping into his life as best as he can. All right, who's our second judge, Felix?
Elias,
Yeah.
20 years old, started in 2012 and was one of the first people to do quad flips. And as you guys know, progressing the sport just takes some effort.
Yeah.
And therefore he was one of those people. Then he set his focus to cliff jumping.
Exactly,
where
yeah.
Trampoline is a perfect training for, especially freestyle trampolining, and therefore he used to get some crazy tricks done, such as the world's first quint side flip from 16 meters.
That's-
And he works at ARL Park.
Wow, so he's basically a local. 16 meters a quint side. That's insane. That's almost one side flip every 2.5, 3 meters. That's insane. Absolutely crazy. All right, and now we have not very old, but he was here last weekend when we were at Rebel Park in Sweden. Mr. Mark from Sweden. He's a local from Sweden, and he judged last weekend when we had the second qualifying event at Rebel Park. Tell us a little bit about him.
Mark Nyberg Teehee, because it seems he does that sound quite often, so we were told. He's been jumping for 10 years. He's not a traditional gymnast, so he's a self-taught freestyle flipper, so everyone can learn it, and he's ripping. We arrived here yesterday with him, and he's been doing some crazy stuff. He's been competing and coaching, and if you're lucky, you get one of his business cards where it says Mark Nyberg Coach.
Yeah, coach.
And
VIP.
VIP coach. And you just managed the Rebel Park. So tell us a bit more about the road that took us to this third event. We were at Airtime and at Rebel Park.
Exactly. So let's sort of start at the end and then come to the beginning. The reason why we're doing these qualifying events is because we're having the athletes qualify for the FTA World Championships that are going to be held in London. This is the first time that a World Championship has been done for the sport of freestyle trampolining, so this is an inaugural event. And the road leading up to this third qualifying event in Austria at ARL Park was quite an interesting one and a very, very successful one, I would say. We started off in Nuremberg at Airtime, and we had a great qualifying event there. Definitely a really, really nice location. We continued our trip and we went to Sweden in order to get all our Nordic flippers a chance to qualify for the World Championships, and had a really, really great event there. Definitely some firsts for the athlete that were thrown down. We saw definitely crazy tricks, awesome mat throws. We always have to remember the mat throws there. We have great mat throws here today as well, which brings me to the third event, and that is our Austria qualifying event for right here at ARL Park. So definitely quite the road to World Championships, you might say. But these athletes, this is the pinnacle of their sport, and we're definitely looking forward to what they're going to be sending today.
Absolutely, and we already have 2 qualificants that are qualified for the World Championships. Noah did the qualification in the Airtime Park. Flips by Noah, check him out. And Jonathan, who qualified at Rebel Park. I think it's Johnny Flippy Boy. So you see in the Instagram names, they all, not all, but there is a pattern of flips by or flips.
Or flips.
But at this qualifier list, we have some athletes with different names.
That's definitely going to be interesting, and we're going to be plugging all the Instagram names of your favorite flippers here in the live stream. We're going to be telling you who these guys are. So if you have time and if you are watching the live stream and are ready to hit these guys up on Instagram, make sure to follow them and like all of their posts. They'll be super happy, and that'll just keep them motivated to push even harder in order for them to qualify, maybe, potentially, for the FTA World Championships.
And before we go deep into freestyle trampolining and just crazy tricks, let's give a bit of spoiler where we are. We are in Arlberg at the ARL Park, and you can do pretty much every cool sport here, I guess.
Absolutely. This park is absolutely insane. We've been to several freestyle parks or freestyle trampoline parks, and literally every time we were on the live stream, we were like, this is nothing like we've ever seen before. But trust us, this is literally nothing you've ever seen before.
Absolutely.
So you have a climbing wall outside where you can actually go 30 or 35 meters up. You have a bouldering arena. You have a bowling alley. You have pool and foosball. Yeah. Foosball? You have an insane trampoline park, and I would say, like Evan Rocha said, it's not a trampoline park, a traditional trampoline park. It's more of a training facility, and that sums it up properly. This is a high performance, high dedication sports facility. Yeah, it's not just your regular everyday trampoline park that you can go to. We have 2 super trams here. We have several Euro trams set up that you can use in order to progress your flipping and progress your freestyle trampoline, and it's definitely an interesting place to be. Tell us a little bit more. We have some other sports that we can do here as well.
Absolutely. I mean, you can play tennis if you want to play around the big airbag. that works as well. Here's a wall tramp. You can play squash, and of course the sports that Lou already mentioned. And actually this event won't be the last this year. We will have a Tramp Champ event in the beginning of July. So in only 1 month, go check it out. Go to the ARL Park website. There you get every information you need. And therefore, the ARL Park, as Lou said, it's not only kind of a fun center. It's a perfect training facility if you want to progress, but that doesn't depend on your level. So you can start out here. It's a perfect place to start. But if you're a pro already, it's also the perfect place to progress.
Absolutely. And now that we've talked a little bit about our park, we want to give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek behind the scenes of how it looks like here. We'll be back in a bit.
And we just switched seats. We have Joho here, one of the fan favorites, one of the, most known guys in the scene. Amazing to have you here. And I think our topic today is talking about judging, because you will be properly introduced as one of the legends here by the legend himself, Greg Rowe. So, judging. You have judged freestyle trampoline competitions before.
I have, yeah.
And maybe what is it what you are looking for?
So there are like different types of judging. The only events I judged so far were like normal game of tramps where you show a trick and then everybody else has to do the same trick. And those types of events, we have 3 different categories, as you already mentioned. One is creativity, one is difficulty, and one is execution. And you have to find a combination of tricks to have enough points, like enough creative stuff in the combination of tricks. Then you have to have enough twists and flips in it, and also you have to land well and jump well before you actually start the combo.
And you just a quick detour, because I know judges in this Tramp Champ events. Are you more of a really strict judge, or do you cut the guys and girls some slack?
Depending on how they actually want to have it, because sometimes they want to have it strict. If you do a backflip after landing and you said you have to land the trick, then they say no, that wasn't landed. And some guys say no, it's fine, we want to do it like that. It's really depending on the people itself, like on the people who are participating at the competition.
So Joe is the judge you want when being in the Tram Champ event, because he just does what kind of you and your group wants, and I think that guarantees the most fun. And
Absolutely.
to get a last question in, or maybe the second last, you named the criteria. What is your favorite criteria? What do you want to see? How can a flipper impress you?
I mean, it's a freestyle sport, so I want to see some creativity today, and I'm pretty sure the guys are going to show us some creative stuff. But it's also important to still keep it up with the flips and the twists, and I also want to see some safe jumping and some safe landings for sure. But creativity is obviously one of the biggest parts in freestyle trampoline.
You just got me the perfect intro to kind of let you off the hook here, because you want to see safe jumping, and that's one of your responsibilities today. But Greg Rowe will tell us a bit more, and so we switch seats again. So Lou, bring it in to...
Joe, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks.
Yeah, it was fun to have you here, and we'll definitely see a little bit more from you. Yeah, all right.
Thanks, you.
And yeah, that's good. See you later.
And while Joho is heading back to the trampoline, we will switch to Greg Rowe, the legend himself, who will be introducing the mat throwers. Let's go to Greg.
All right, everyone, now let's get the show on the road. Before we start throwing all the crazy flips and skills, let's quickly introduce our mat throwers. Safety is an utmost priority. We want to make sure that these guys are not just throwing stuff and potentially getting hurt. We want to have two mat throwers all at the same time to make sure that these guys can land safely if things don't go perfectly. So guys, give a huge round of applause to Luca Foldworth and Johannes Luithi. Guys over here in the red shirts, guys wave to the crowd. Thank you, well done. Thank you guys. Awesome, and you can't see it over here, but we do have 3 judges. Over behind me, we have Mark, Elias, and Jake, our judges. Guys, wave to the crowd over here. They will be marking on difficulty, execution, and style. Everything out of 10 points for a total of 30. And the person who is able to move on to the next round, we take our top 19, drop it down to our top 10 for the second round, and then our top 5. And the winner gets to go to London to compete for the first ever Freestyle Trampoline World Championships on the 5x5 Euro Tramp Freestyle. All right, guys, are you guys ready to go? Guys, I need to hear, are you guys ready to go? All right, so without further ado, we're going to get right into our first athlete. We have Clemens Turnher. Clemens, the show is yours whenever you're ready. Guys, give it up for your first athlete. He will have 2 chances to do what he does. All right, here we go. He's got to get that right bounce here. He's got to stay right in the middle. He's got to get the perfect timing. There we go, full. Triple back with a triple twist. Another triple with a double twist, and stomps it on the stomach. There we go. A great way to open up the show. Amazing, amazing. All right, we'll let the commentators take a quick jump at it and give their thoughts as we get our next athlete warmed up. Vincent.
All right, and that was definitely a really crazy opener to this event. We saw some incredible height, a lot of twists, a lot of flips, incredible technicality, and a lot of creativity. I'm super excited to see what these judges are going to say about that. And yeah, I think we even have the athlete ready for a quick interview. So let's cut over to Evan quickly.
Where's Noah? Here. You guys have to.
So, Clemens, we all know you've been working up to this competition for a very long time. How do you feel going into it?
Yeah, I think it did go really well. I succeeded my combo that I planned on doing. And also, the execution was pretty clean, I think. And I'm pretty happy about the combo.
How long have you been training for this competition?
It's hard to say, but I think for a few months at least, because I'm also here training at ARL Park very often, so that's quite nice to prepare for the competition.
Sounds good. Okay, Clemens, best of luck for the next rounds.
Thanks.
All right, and like you heard, he's been training a lot for these competitions, and like I said, this is the pinnacle of this very, very young sport. Freestyle trampolining really only became popular around 2011, 2012, and it's sort of exploded with the first wave of trampoline parks. But it's only really become this with the second wave, like Ernest would say. So we're definitely looking forward to a very young sport developing really, really fast. And this first World Championship is going to mark a significant point in this development.
Absolutely, since every flippers, they are scattered all across the world, and one of the best are now gathered here in Austria in the ARL Park. And this kind of very social media based community means they are already in contact a lot. So this World Championships just brings them all to one place.
Absolutely.
And our next competitor is ready, so let's go to the stage.
All right, and our next competitor, we have Winston Birchtold coming up. Let's see what he's got all the way from Switzerland. Give it up for your next competitor, Vincent. Let's see what you got, buddy. There you go, guys. Show him some love. All right, so he's going to face the other side this time. That's called a kaboom. Laying on back. Oh, stomach. Oh, trying to sneak it around there with the double back with the double. He's going to go for the second shot there. You can see that he didn't quite get it around the way he wanted to. He's trying to get a solid landing. The judges can see when you land on your side versus landing perfectly flat on your stomach. So let's see what the second try has in store. All right, here we go. And there it is. Here's the kaboom. Boom, kaboom. Yes. Yeah, there it is. That's the solid landing. Amazing. Well done. Well done. All right. And next up, we're going to have Noah.
And while we wait for our next athlete, Noah, I think we can take a quick minute to basically talk about the competition format. Why was he allowed to take a second go?
All right, so we got a fun one here for you.
That's clear. They have two opportunities to show their best their best combo, and once they are satisfied and content with their combo, they either take the first one or the second one. And even if you have the first go and then you say, okay, I want to go for the second, still the best one counts. So
Absolutely.
You don't go any risk. But I mean, if you're content with it, just go with the first and gather your strength for the next round.
Absolutely.
Hopefully.
And while you were speaking, Noah is actually on the tramp now, so let's see what he has to offer for us.
Go. Noah, our third competitor up. Let's go right into it. No waste of time with the half out. Oh, stomach and triple to the end. Very nice. Very nice. Landing the solid hands and knees. Tucked flip. Very good. Very good. All right, all right. Without further ado, let's get right into our next competitor. We have Timo. Timo is coming all the way from Switzerland as well. All right, let's do it, buddy, whenever you're ready. All these guys are favoring that one corner. That could be possibly because it gives them a line of sight when they're jumping. You can see at the very top of the triangle over there. This gives them spatial awareness as they're going, a little bit of measuring. Here's another kaboom with a single flip. We're going into another single, setting it up, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Oh, over-rotate a little bit, but that is okay. Yeah, he's got 2. He's got 2. He's going to go again. Looks like he's not going to wait at all. He's just going to get right into it. So he's going to be trying to land this one for full execution points. Here we go. You see, he's looking up to the sky because that's where he wants to go. All right, looking for that perfect bounce. There it is. 1, and 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So close. Guys, give it up. Give it up for Timo. The judges will like that one a little bit more.
And we have seen 2 tries, so after the first one he said, I can do that better, and I guess he did. But what we saw there, he landed his last trick and flipped a bit out of it. So what do you think the judges about that?
So one of the judging criteria is execution. And execution basically means how much control do you have during your trick. And that can be anything from how are you executing your flips, how are you executing your twists, but also how are you landing. And in freestyle trampoline, opposed to traditional trampolining where you have to land on your feet, there's several different positions that you can land in. And every one of those is okay to land in unless you specify exactly where you want to land and not make it then. So that's the one key factor here. So what he did, he tried to land it to his feet. So he was going for the triple kaboom and tried to land it to his feet, but then slipped out under the mat because the mat thrower decided to throw it in because he was coming in short. And with that flip, that's just going to show the judges that the execution could have been a little bit better. He could have put it down and stuck it. So I think he's not going to score as high on the execution, but we'll see exactly what the judges are going to be saying.
And with that learned, maybe you guys, both watching on YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, maybe just keep an eye out on what the guys are doing. You can even post in the chat who do you think will go first or qualify to the next round. The top 10 qualify for the next round, and we have our next competitor waiting, bouncing around. He's hyped, so let's go back to the stage.
And I'm hyped. Let's go.
All right, next up we got Bernd Lieben. Here we go. He's got something fun for you guys. Talking about freestyle, you're going to see a really cool position that you're not going to see in the Olympics. Oh, very good, and whoa, very nice, very nice. God, that was awesome. All right, very good. That was insane. Okay, we're going to have to check out that. I'm going to throw it back to our commentators to analyze that one for a second. David's up next.
And you can hear the guys super happy for this, for David. He's going to be taking his turn now. And so we're excited to see what he has to offer.
And we could see as well, he was high-fiving and fist-bumping Evan. So Evan is one of the guys behind the camera here. And he's one of the legends of the sport already as well in such a young age. He's throwing crazy stuff down. And he's coaching all the kids and all the upcoming athletes and talents. And therefore,
all right, last little talking with Luca and Johannes, just making sure that these guys are working together. You can realize that these guys are more like a synchro pair. This is not an individual sport. These guys are working together. We know that they're competitors, but they're really battling together.
With that much preparation,
let's see it, buddy. Guys, give it up for David. He's going to throw down right now. Let's see what he's got.
It's getting so loud here, I can't hear you anymore.
Let's go to the stage.
Let's see it.
There we go. Fan favorite here. He is Austrian. Look at that height. That is amazing. He's got to get that right bounce. So there you go. There's a go, there we go. Johannes throwing the mat there just to saving the landing a little bit. If you're not getting the right bounce, it's better to stop, reset yourself, because when you're jumping 6-7 meters in the air, even a few millimeters off will kind of have you flying from one side of the trampoline to the other. All right. Let's go. Attempt number 2. Let's see it, buddy. Now that will not count as one of his official attempts, so he does still have 2 tries to throw down the skill. Here we go. It's getting right into it. Ooh, not quite what he wanted. Good reaction time from Johannes. That's okay, guys. Give it up for him. Let's let him shake it off a little bit. He's got one more in him. It just shows, even just bouncing up and down is hard enough. Never mind throwing all the flips and tricks. So these guys definitely are killing it and setting history, really. Freestyle trampoline has never actually been an official recognized sport, but it will be live broadcasted to millions of people in August. So these guys are battling out to be one of the prestigious first athletes to actually be called an official professional freestyle trampolinist. Whenever you're ready, buddy. Yep. He's taking a quick little break just to make sure. It's not easy to bounce that high. It looks easy, but really it takes a lot of cardiac strength muscles. Your heart's got to be pumping 1,000,000 miles a minute just to be able to pump the blood to all parts of the body. It isn't just that you're sitting on a bike and using your legs. You're using your entire body, your brain, to make sure that you know where you are spatial awareness-wise, and being able to balance all the little muscles in between the big movers. All right, here we go. Last attempt here. Guys, give it up for David. He is going to throw down here, and he's going to stop this one. I have a good feeling about it. All right, here we go. Yeah, this is looking better. There we go. Oh, yes, over a 1-2 open with the stall. A lot of twists. Guys, that was awesome. Well done. Good fight. All right, Alex is up next.
And
Good
here
job,
we
buddy.
could see why the mat throws are so important and why Joe was introduced
You're up next.
so importantly.
And then we have Jonas.
I mean, Joe and Luca are
Make
both
sure we
mat
know where
throwers,
Jonas is.
and so Joe anticipated that the athlete will just, well, not land perfectly, and kind of saved him there. And that's what we want to see, because the mat thrower and the athlete, they should communicate, they should, be safe together. And therefore, there's a very trusted, bonded relationship between the mat thrower and the athlete. For example, I really more like to have the mat thrown by people I jump with regularly, because they know I travel a lot. And I mean, everyone travels differently on the trampoline. And so you have thrown me the mat yesterday a lot.
Yeah.
I throw your mat a lot yesterday. And so tell me, how important is it to know that you're gonna land on the mat and that you have practiced this together?
Yeah, absolutely. So the relationship that a athlete has with his mat thrower is really, yeah, it's special. I would say it's a very special relationship. We have a special relationship. No, it's really important for there to be a real bond of trust there, because when you're trying something new, you really don't want that fear of like not knowing where, like if the mat thrower is going to hit you, or not hit you, but catch you. So the mat makes a huge difference in terms of softness when it comes to trampolining. It's not going to send you back or send you in any direction. It's really going to break your fall. And so it's like I said, it's really important for a mat thrower and an athlete to be a really well trimmed team. Yeah.
And with that difficulty of tricks, you need to be 100% in your mind to do the trick, and not kind of like 10% believing, I don't know if the mat thrower does its job. You need to be 100% focused on the trick. And speaking of 100% focused, our next competitor is, and so we're throwing it back to Greg to introduce our athlete and to go for it.
Come here. Oh. All right, next up we have Alexander Bricker, all the way from Switzerland as well, traveling all this way to throw down. Are you ready? Yes. Let's do it. All right, guys, give it up for Alexander as he takes his first bounces. Come on, buddy, let's see what you got. All right, full double flip with a double twist. And gets it over with a triple. Okay, very good, very nice. I like that first one. Now the question is he going to take that one, or is he going to go for one more and try to beat his score? All right, he says he's got one more in it. Let's see what he's got. Remember, they are getting scored on difficulty, creativity, and also the landing. So that looks pretty good. Yes, and yeah, oh, he's getting over to his back. Guys, give it up. That's going to be a clean back landing. Landing perfectly straight on his back. That'll be good for execution. Amazing.
And we have seen here some style aspect, some creativity aspect. So he was hucking the flip, but also kind of twisting while doing it and spreading out his leg. And that's the creativity judges want to see. And with that being said, let's go to the next competitor.
All right, next up, whenever we are ready, we got Jonas Zimbauers. Jonas from Austria, homegrown right here. Let's see what you got, buddy. I've seen him training. I think he's got something really cool planned here. Let's see what he's got. All right, here we go. Okay, massive height there. Good, solid bounce. There, double with a full twist. Another full, 1, 2, oh my God, that's 3, and double, and solid. That was amazing. All right, that's awesome. Well done. Let's not waste any time. Let's get right into next. We got Timon Hensch whenever you are ready, my friend. Timon, here we go. Another Switzerland. Just make sure you're, sorry. All right, you can see he's drawing off his hands here. When they are tucking and doing different positions, if their hands are sweaty, it could cause them to slip. Another dangerous sort of thing that they can avoid. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, over the back with the twisting. Oh! It opens up a little bit early. You can see he gets a little dizzy. Oh man, we're going to have to see that one again. All right, he's going to go for attempt number 2. He's going to add a little bit more rotation on that last one. There he goes. Yeah, doesn't quite get it, guys. Give it up. Nice try. Nice try. That is his 2 times. All right. We got Moritz laying up next. All right, Moritz. Oh, Moritz says he's going to grab Freestyle Freddy. Okay, getting a hug from the community. Here we go. Freestyle Freddy, the little stuffed animal here, is actually the Freestyle Trampoline Association mascot. The Freestyle Trampoline Association puts on events like this all around the world and is putting on the World Championships. So Freddy actually is a coaching device that we use to help young kids learn how to do flips. He is young, he's cute, he's small, he's stuffed. You can land on him without getting hurt, so he makes a perfect training tool. All right, let's see what we got. This is where it gets creative, because in the traditional Olympic stream, you are not allowed to jump with objects. You're not allowed to jump with anything. It is just about how clean and precise you are. But here is all about how different and unique you can be. right, let's see what he's got. All right, let's see. Good height, good height. All right. Must be Freddie giving
So
him all that
he
height
actually
there.
has Freestyle Freddie with him.
He's
Sending him away.
Right into a whoa, triple
Into the triple
and
side.
a quad and 1, 2, 3. Oh!
Hey, what
at
flight.
the end.
We can beep that out, I guess, but I mean, hype is real. He used Freestyle Freddy, which is safe
That
extra
was
points, I'd
impressive.
say.
Save extra points for creativity, 100%.
And then just used it to
All
start.
right, I think he's going to take a quick
running
interview with
sorry.
Evan.
And then just through crazy tricks. I mean,
Absolutely.
What side?
Yeah.
Like
Just
it was
insane.
nothing.
We're definitely gonna be super stoked on what he has to say on the interview now. Okay, Sam. Sam, what's your last name, Sam?
So Moritz, that was your first run today. How do you feel about it?
I was pretty nervous, but
Sam Schindler.
I'm super happy I did it first try.
I know you've been training weekly here in ARL Park. How much hours have you been putting in at home, for example, outside of the park?
Yeah, I try to give, I try to train every day, and yeah.
Nice. Well, Moritz, what are your plans for the next rounds? Any big tricks coming up? Okay.
See you then.
Yep, we'll see then. Sounds good, Moritz. Good luck for the next rounds.
Thank you.
Some love from the crowd, but we have Sam Schindler coming up, debating with Johannes Luigi about what he wants to do. Again, you can see that this is a partnership. These guys have to make sure they know what's going. If you throw the mat too early, then you're going to ruin the run. If you throw it too late, then the athlete may land incorrectly and might get hurt. All right, you can see he's asking Luca to jump into. This is why we have two mat throwers. We want to make sure that we are safe as possible. Some critics think that these guys are just a bunch of hooligans, but in reality, these guys are elite athletes that have taken it themselves. These are DIY athletes, do-it-yourself athletes. They do not have formal coaching, so you can see that as a community, they work together instead. All right, looks like we know what we're doing here. Yeah, he's going to face the other way. Again, every athlete has their own preference. So again, everyone's got to coordinate and work together. You can see that arms up. He's got something interesting. He's using his arms to balance. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Stomach. Oh, whoa! And over and solid landing to stomach. Oh my gosh!
What a combo that was! 5-jump combo. It seems like he wants to go again, though. He's discussing with Johannes if he wants to give it a second shot. But that was quite a sick run, definitely. That's definitely going to score really high.
And I think he actually asked Evan and Joho, should
All
I
right,
go
guys, give
again?
it up. He's going to call it with that one. That was amazing.
And they told him that he shouldn't go again because they know exactly
All right,
that
Dominic's
was
up
going to be
next.
a high-scoring run. So or is he?
Is he good? So
That's
we are
the question
currently-
now, right?
We are looking at all the athletes, all the trampoline action. We are sitting right before the trampoline in a way, but
then we have a manual
see
next.
the next athlete going on the trampoline.
Yeah, and we have him in the live stream. So let's cut right over to him.
Oh yeah, let's hear what he thinks about his run and why he doesn't go for a second.
All right.
Sie wollen jetzt gehen. Alright. Okay, sorry. Okay. Sam, I obviously can see you look exhausted. That was an absolutely crazy combo. We're gonna make this quick. How do you feel about it? And what are your thoughts for the next tricks?
Yeah, to be honest, I'm not really satisfied. I wanted to try a different trick, but it's alright. I think I'm in the second round anyways with that trick. So I think I'm happy with that.
Okay, sounds good. I'm gonna let you go for now, and we'll see you in the next round.
Thank you. Goodbye.
All right, and like you heard with our athlete here, he's not very satisfied with this trick, but he said that he thinks that he's going to go to the second round with that trick because he knows that it was a very, very difficult combo, and I think we're going to see his second attempt on that one in the next round.
Absolutely, and there we got some new topic we will speak about when we have some time and not an athlete ready to roll, because strategic jumping and strategic competing, that's a very important skill to learn if you want to be successful in competitions. But first of all, let's see what our next flipper has in store.
All right, Dominic, you are up, my friend. There you go. Your hands giving him some love. Again, these guys are working together. Now, he's got a cool trick that you haven't seen yet. It's going to be pretty awesome. You're going to see a double flip with a triple twist. It's called a Miller, named after Wayne Miller, who is the one who invented the trick back in the 70s. There it is, a triple to stomach. And fulfill and solid landing. There we
Definitely
go.
showing a lot of control in that combo. He went
Very nice. Again, remember, the judges are looking for
execution,
not
definitely
just
a very, very
difficulty. They want to
difficult
see
trick
that you're in
to do.
control.
I just did my first full yesterday, and that was tough enough. So massive respect for these athletes throwing double flips and several twists in one jump.
Absolutely, but to
guys, give it up. He's going to call it a day with that first one.
He's going to easier on you. You're like twice the size of this, this
and probably 4 times the weight.
Absolutely, but nevertheless, amazing what they throw down at this young age. So they've been training a lot. And a lot for this, because when you throw down these tricks, you first of all you have to learn to land properly, or not to land, more to fall. So when you're out of control, it's one of the most important tasks or skills to learn is how to fall safely, and that is the same for every fun sport, I guess. It's
Absolutely.
wakeboarding, free ski. I think in free ski, what do you think when you just come crashing down into a landing from like 5 meters?
Yeah, and I'd be happy if it were just 5 meters. No, it's definitely a very, very scary situation, and you can only really know how to do that through practice and through crashing a lot. Like, obviously, there's techniques that you can use to make sure that you're safe, and all of these athletes know these and are using these to make sure that every jump is going to be a safe jump. And like we said last live stream, every landing that's put down is a good landing. So we're in every fun sport, crashing is definitely a really, really big part of it. But these athletes, they learn how to do that, how to do it at a very, very young age. And that's just making sure that they're going to be safe out there.
Crashing, standing up again, sending it again, and sticking it.
And sticking it the second time around. That's the most important thing.
Just when you're at the park and you're just beginning, independently of the sport you do, go to the older athletes, ask them, how can I fall safely? And practice it.
Absolutely.
And with that being said...
with that being said, let's go.
Hyped up.
Yeah, let's get more hype. Let's get another athlete on the trampoline. We're ready to go.
Bring him next up, Emmanuel Tilg. Whenever you are ready, my friend. He says that he's got something really cool. A lot of twists coming up. Let's see if you can count the twists. Guys, give it up. Give it for Emmanuel. Let's root him for him. He's going to do something insane.
They're clapping.
Here we go.
They know he's going to throw something down that he probably hasn't
Whoa,
done
and 4 twists.
4 twists.
Triple twist and nice, easy.
What a combo, and he's stoked about that.
There
All
we
the guys
go. That was a quad twist
for him. He's getting help from everyone. Everyone's
Amazing.
super flying out. It's crazy.
In wakeboarding, you would say spin to win. Here we could say twist to win.
Yeah.
And what a nice way to start the round. And let's give him a second try.
All right, he says he wants to go one more time. He says he has so much time there. He thinks he can throw something at the end. So let's see what he's got.
So like Greg just said, these athletes have the choice to go again if they think that they can improve on their first flight. So this is exactly what we're going to be seeing now.
See if you can count the twist. Now he's going to do it again. We're going to wind up. Wow. Whoa. Not quite what he wanted, but that's why Johannes threw the mat. Guys, give it up for that attempt and that great mat.
How an
Safety
attempt
first, guys.
may work and still turn out to be a safe attempt. That's why we have our professional mat throwers here on both sides of the trampoline, ready with the mats, especially for scenarios like this where the athlete has a bit of travel in his jump and will not be landing in a controlled manner on his feet or in a position that we mentioned earlier. So we're super happy that these guys are here, and it just goes to show how safe this sport is and how safe these athletes make it for themselves.
Absolutely, and we are looking forward to having brother and sister, the brother on the mat throw and the sister on the trampoline, and a big shout out to all the girls doing freestyle trampolining.
Absolutely.
So far in the competition we've had mostly boys, to be honest, but that shouldn't be like that in the future. So girls, get on the trampoline, all that stuff that is thrown down. For example, look at the Olympics. We have the female gymnasts. What they are throwing down is crazy.
Absolutely.
And you can do that as well. So go on the freestyle, go on the trampoline.
Yeah, and go start flipping. It's definitely a sport that is super dope, and we would just be super happy to have more female representation here.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
And when you start out independently, if you're a girl or a boy, you just get help from everyone. Just ask them, how can I start? What tricks should I start with? What should I practice? Practice falling.
Absolutely.
Also some amazing tricks. So just go for it and try it out. And maybe that's kind of the love of your life.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
action
All right.
sports are for us.
Enough talking from us now. We have our first female athlete on the trampoline, and I'm super excited to see what she has to
Let's
offer.
give her.
All right, it looks like now Magdalena's coming up, our first girl of the day, a girl flipper hashtag. She says she's got something creative. She wants to use Freestyle Freddy too. So guys, give it up for Maggie. She is going to do something really creative that I know you guys haven't seen yet. We got a sneak peek at the training yesterday. So let's see if she can pull it out today.
Exactly. Like Greg said, she's also jumping with Freestyle Freddy. 360 behind the.
That was a big get the balance. You can see she's trying to land on different
Freddy
parts of
behind
her
the
body.
back to sit.
We'll see
So
what the judges
definitely
do, the creativity
not a trick
that
that
she's
we've
looking
seen
for.
so far, but definitely a super creative trick and high in execution.
I really like that trick.
We'll turn it underneath.
And
She's going to see if she can pull it up.
She
double flip, guys. Give it up for Magdalena.
And there you go. To all the girls out there, we just saw a double backflip with Freddy. Definitely something that's gonna blow her mind. I'm just blown away. That's super
that
cool.
Double was easily done. It was more like, damn, okay, what I had planned didn't work out, but I'm so consistent on doubles, I just do a double flip, and that's the way to go. Full send, but do it safely. Joho, our mat thrower, her brother, he threw the mat, and therefore she walked away safely, put on an amazing show, and the sit she landed in Germany, it's actually called the Schneidersitz.
The Schneidersitz,
which is
your last name.
Therefore, creativity points.
Absolutely. If you were a judge, you would have given a full jumps. But we have her on for the interview, and let's see what she has to say.
So Magdalena, obviously we're unbelievably grateful and happy to have some girls under us too. The first girl ever competing in the World Champs qualifiers. First of all, how do you feel being the only girl here? Do you feel welcome, and what is your motivation to go on even against the guys?
So for me it's more to be part of it and have fun and everything like that, and the boys motivate me really much, and I don't care about what I did and how many points I get, it's just fun.
Oh yeah, that sounds amazing, Maggie. We're cheering for you, we're happy to have you on the show, and thanks for coming on the interview.
Bye.
Passt, danke.
All right, and like we just heard from Maggie, it's all about the fun. She said she doesn't care about the points she's got, and she sent a flight that she's super proud of, and she had a lot of fun competing here. And she says that the boys don't demotivate her; they actually motivate her to become a better athlete and become a better flipper. So once again, to all the girls out there, pick up freestyle trampoline. It's definitely a good sport to do.
Absolutely, and you can start wherever you want. Maybe go to one of these trampoline parks. They're perfect for beginners because here you have the people to teach you the proper ways. And so you progress faster, have more fun, and maybe you can go to the FTA World Championships at some point. And I think tickets on sale. Go get your tickets, ftaworldchamps.com. And with that kind of passive-aggressive little commercial in there,
let's hit our next athlete. Yeah.
All right, looks like we have our next athlete, David Masenko from Germany. Whenever you are ready, guys, give it up for David. He's coming a long way to throw down here. Let's see what he's got. Oh, wasting no time. Right into it. To the kaboom. With the open. Yes, the stomach. And sneaking around the full. Very nice. He's going to like that one. Now he's going to go again, as you see. He says, take a quick minute. He's going to gather his thoughts and make sure that he's ready to go. You can see that there's a bit of strategy here because he wants to be able to secure a score, and then he's going to push the limits on the next one. He's going to roll up the sleeves. Oh gosh. Here we go. With the open. Stomach solid. Full. Yes. And 1, 2. Solid. There we go. Stepping it up when the time is right. I love it. Give some love to Luca. That's awesome. And Johannes. Very good. Very good. All right. We're not going to waste any time. We're going to get right into the next one. Fabian Abler. Fabian is a fan favorite.
Well executed.
Oh my God! Can you hear how loud these guys are getting?
Alright, he is just chit-chatting with the guys, making sure that they're all ready to go. Fabian is actually part of the GRT crew. They are a crew of flippers all over the world that work together to host these kinds of events. Fabian is one of the new ones, so let's see here what he's going to do. Representing the crew. Look at that little guy. He's got massive height though.
Height. So he's flying.
He's getting that bounce.
How high he's actually off the ground. So he's way above the safety net.
There he is.
Trying to do something incredibly here. Let's switch back to this camera angle to see exactly what.
There you go. Good big set there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Full. Gosh, there's another triple twisting double in there. Wow.
Because Johannes knew exactly that this was a trick that he wanted to be doing. Super stoked for him.
Okay. That was amazing. Let's let the commentators take a quick look at that one. We're not doing any interviews. I don't know. It's the lobby here. They made the mics adjusted again? No, it's Nicholas. Where's Nicholas? Nicholas. Andy. Andy, okay. And then Lars. Where's Lars? Hey guys, where's Lars? Lars. Alright, it looks like we're ready with ND Flips, also known as Nicholas Whistler. He is from Austria as well, homegrown right here. He has been in the flipping community for several years now, so the community is going to be expecting some big things from him. Let's see if he can deliver. Lars? Yes. Perfect. Alright, flexing for the cameras and the crowd here. Let's see what we got. You're up, buddy. Sporting those grippy socks from ARL Park. ARL Park makes some really good grip socks. Again, another safety feature of this community. Look, he's winding up. Wow! Triple twist. Side and into his stomach. Double mat throw. Oh, so close. You can tell he kind of kicked the trampoline a little bit. So he didn't get exactly what he wanted, but we know what he's going to go for.
What's going on? This guy is absolutely sending it. Twisting in the same. And then
wait a second, just let them say something like that.
Basically, no, why?
Wait a second. Wait.
Absolutely.
Gotta wait for those guys.
Yeah, let's go to our next athlete.
All All right, attempt number 2 here. So he's going to try to not kick the trampoline and see if we can get that last trick around. And then when he does this, I want you guys to go nuts. There we go. Oh, yeah. There we go. And yep. Solid landing. Makes it. Well done. There it is. Flips and twists, different landing positions, and a lot of spins at the end to a solid foot landing. Amazing.
Rail and free skiing, who just at the last meters knew I got it and just put his hands in.
Yeah, that was Tom Wallish.
Was the equivalent.
Exactly.
He had it just arms up.
Arms up. He enjoyed the flight. Made sure he looked at his fans. He's grabbing some hugs now, and I know exactly this run is going to score high, and I'm super stoked to see where he's gonna come out.
We have to admit we know the scores, but we will only tell you them at the end. Maybe you could go in the YouTube chat, comment and be active and say who do you think will be the top 10 or how our last competitor will have scored from 0 to 30. 10 points for creativity, 10 for difficulty, 10 for execution, and that's what the judges want to see from our next competitor who's already on the trampoline. Let's go to him.
All right, and your final competitor of the first round. We are going to nail it down to our top 10 after this. So Lars, whenever you are ready, Lars from Switzerland. Guys, give it up for your final competitor of this round. The floor is yours whenever you want to go, buddy. All right, here we go. I love the purple socks, buddy. That's freestyle. Oh, so little guy getting a lot of height, a lot of power.
Like Red just said, this little guy's getting a lot of height. So definitely.
There it is. Triple the back with the turn. Yes, and over. Perfect stomach landing, guys. That is amazing. Give it up for Lars and all of your competitors.
Starting out with front flips.
And then half spin in the second one, and then into backflip. So definitely also a very, very difficult trick for him to put that down, and he did it clean.
I actually tried to do that with a double flip, like half in and then
backflip,
backflip out.
So half in,
That looked very funny for everyone because I mistook the roof of the hall for the ground. So I opened up, upside down, and it just like, and everyone laughed at me. Luckily, it was in an airbag, and so if you want to practice new tricks, try them out in an airbag first. So that's the safest way.
Absolutely. Airbags have come a long way. I remember airbags were just growing up when I started free skiing. And they weren't quite on the level that they are in today. They're a lot safer. They're a lot softer. So you definitely have the opportunity to try bigger tricks into the airbag. The only thing that you always need to remember, and this is something that I really want to, I just want to hit this ball home, is that when you practice into the airbag, you're trying a trick whilst traveling. So you're trying to jump off the trampoline on purpose to hit the airbag. Please don't ever do that on the trampoline, obviously. Maybe not so obviously, but pretty obviously. Try and stay safe and stay on the trampoline.
And speaking of the trampolines you are jumping off, maybe some words for official trampoline supplier.
Exactly. So
legends in the sport.
Legends in the sport. Legends not only in the sport of freestyle trampoline, but legends in the sport of trampoline, full stop. We want to present you with our head sponsor for the qualifiers and for the FTA World Championships, Eurotramp. And Eurotramps are known for producing and developing the best trampolines for the highest quality athletes in the world, the highest performing athletes in the world. These athletes are it's a necessity for them to use this piece of sporting equipment, and the better these sporting equipment get, the more these athletes can do on them. So.
And you do a good job when people come or athletes come into a trampoline gym, see there is a Eurotramp or there's a Super Tramp, and they get hyped.
Yes.
And this progression of the sport of freestyle trampolining and how it is growing, a very good example for that is actually the Super Tramp this competition takes place on. So Eurotramp started out with these rectangular trampolines that were more very long but very short for the traditional trampolinists, because they do kind of similar rotations but a little bit more rules in there. And our freestyle trampolinists, they just spin around every axis. Maybe you could go in a little deeper into the difference traditional trampolining and freestyle trampolining.
Exactly. So traditional trampolining, similar to gymnastics, is very strict when it comes to what skills you can do. There's different positions that you can accommodate whilst you're in the air. There's pike, tuck, and straight position, and then it's merely a fact of how many flips and spins can you combine in a combination of is it 8 or 10 jumps?
It's 8.
8 jumps, I think,
jumps.
yeah. And this form of trampolining, being a gymnastic sport, it's very, like very traditional and very stuck to a rule book. There's specific codes of how many points a different skill will give each athlete, depending on how they perform it. And that's exactly where the difference to freestyle comes in. Freestyle doesn't have this rule book of how many points a specific jump will score. This is why we're a subjectively judged sport, a subjectively judged sport. All the judges have the sovereignty, I would say, the sovereignty to give each athlete the points that they think they deserve, depending on their subjective idea or opinion. Yeah.
And that's what keeps the sport progressing, because
Absolutely.
the rules don't have to be changed in order to accommodate to what is currently trending in a way. So the sport itself can progress with the judging. And while we were talking about trampolines, I mean, okay, Eurotramp, amazing stuff. They even developed a trampoline for freestyle trampolining.
Yeah.
And sorry to cut off that kind of really amazing comparison between those two sports, but we also have
another sponsor.
Eurotramp.
Let's recap where the difference is here, because freestyle trampolining originates from G-Tramp, and G-Tramp stands for garden trampoline. So the really not so great trampoline that you might have in your uncle's backyard that you would jump on a Sunday afternoon when you were 10 years old. That stuff was the inaugural moment for freestyle trampoline, and we have a sponsor here with us, Berg Trampolines, that have revolutionized the art of G-Tramp, and their trampolines with their airflow technology have so much less air resistance in the trampoline. You get so much more height, and for the traditionalists amongst the freestyle trampoliners, G-Tramp still is one of the core value or core aspects of the sport, and should definitely keep being posted. And that's why Berg is also on the team and sponsoring these events, because it's just the origin of this sport.
And a big shout out for Berg supporting not only the sport by amazing products, but also with the Masters of Bounce, where they sponsor athletes like Sebbe Venmalm, who we had as a metro and in an interview at the ARL Park. So check him out on Instagram. Or Jesse Heffels, really does amazing vlogs. Go check his YouTube channel, his Instagram channels out.
And Ernest is on Berg as well, right?
Ernest is on Berg as well.
Ernest is on Berg as well.
Octuple flip.
Yeah, that person who did the first octuple flip. So definitely crazy athletes doing skills that you wouldn't see at the Olympics. And
long story longer,
let's introduce you to Berg.
Let's go.
I just know I have a fighting chance. My friends, they have my back always. They break my fall whenever I land. Now, I need them the most. This is the moment I train for. Feel the adrenaline rushing through my veins. This could be it. 1, 2, 3. We did it. I did it. It's our sky now. And yours too. Let's reach for it together. Because we are masters of bounce.
My name is Logan Dooley. I'm a 3-time Olympian, in the sport of trampoline, and I competed for Team USA.
A new place, a new home, for a while, let me feel alive.
I got into trampolining when I was 7 years old. For my 7th birthday, my parents bought me a backyard trampoline. I started traditionally in the backyard, and my parents got a little bit scared, so they went to the local Yellow Pages, found a local gym, and I got hooked ever since. Knowing that there's going to be a World Championships that's going to incorporate multiple countries with one of the biggest trampoline sponsors that there is, you know, that's incredible.
'Cause I found my way.
Tramp obviously has one of the highest reputations amongst the traditional community, and that's the trampoline that's trusted for the Olympic Games. So the fact that they're on board for this type of activity is amazing. I really am looking forward to a World Championships done in the freestyle form, and I can't wait to see what these kids are bringing this year.
'Cause I found my way. I found my way. In bad times, I know I'll be okay. 'Cause I found my way.
All right, so that was a quick introduction to our sponsors, Berg and Eurotramp, and an introduction to our guest on the live stream, Mr. Evan Rocha. Rocha. Good to see you, man. Good to have you here. So we talked a little bit about the difference between performance trampolines and our sponsor Eurotramp, as opposed to the G-Tramps and our sponsor Berg. So Evan, tell us a little bit about how you started freestyle trampoline and how that ties into the differences and maybe similarities that G-Tramp and performance tramps have.
Okay, so first to start off, maybe a little bit about me and how I got into this. I started off on a G-Tramp, got motivated like a lot of people here just through YouTube videos like Tanner Braungart, Extreme Flippers, we know them all.
Extreme Flippers, that was the time, man.
They obviously were all on G-Tramps. That got us to just train on our backyard tramps. One of the judges, Jake, he actually was the first guy to really flip with me. We met in school, then got together, connected, and just started slowly building everything up. With the time, we also had better trampolines then, led to us being able to do better tricks. And then slowly the whole sport really started to grow more. We had more Euro tramps in the community, more tram parks coming out. Now we're doing the bigger events on the Euro tramps, and it really just allows us to get even more performance out of us, get an even bigger showdown.
Absolutely, and you're saying it's the name of the game of these events. We're leading up to the pinnacle of this young sport, the pinnacle being the FTA World Championships held in London. We will be performing on performance trampolines in London.
Exactly.
But what does it mean for like a traditionalist to keep coming back to a garden trampoline? What does that mean in the sport?
Well, garden trampolines and Euro tramps generally they bring you a different vibe. Obviously, training on a Euro tramp will allow you to do bigger and more flips, also with less energy that you have to invest, just because it's you get more bounce out of it. It's easier. For the G-tramp sessions, obviously you always have to be full pumped to really get energy and get the height. But yeah, for the world champs, obviously, we're sticking to the Euro tramps to give you the best show we can perform.
Absolutely, and you said it. I just want to keep it really short. You said that on a garden trampoline, on a so-called G-tramp, you have to be full pump. So you have to be pushing really hard and putting power in. How does that affect your technique when you bring the skills that you learn on a G-tramp to a Euro tramp?
Well, generally, I mean, you can it works hand in hand, obviously. The G-tramp tricks will always help you for the super tramp tricks. You'll be able to just expand all of that, but it definitely is a big difference. And for a lot of people, only training on G-tramps, going to Euro tramps at the first few times definitely is a big difference, just because it's complete difference balance. But in the end, I think that you can definitely use the same techniques. It's just everything is a little bit slower. You have to wait until it gives you the bounce. You're not just always pumping in like on the G-tramp, for example.
Yeah.
But obviously they work hand in hand, you'll just be able to put out a bit more on the Euro tramps probably.
And it makes you probably a more well-rounded flipper overall, so you have the ability to do.
Exactly. You definitely need both to really get everything out and get the best out of yourself, I guess.
All right, Evan, and that's exactly why we have two separate sponsors here, one for G-Tram and one for Performance Trams. Thank you so much for the insight that you've given us and given our viewers about the differences between these two trampolines. And we're super stoked that you're helping out today. And
nice to have you guys here.
Absolutely.
Enjoy the live stream, everyone.
All right, see you later.
See you.
And we're back. Felix and Evan are switching over. And while we wait for our next athlete, let me just ramble on a little bit. How have you enjoyed the first round here? Let's go through the top 10 and basically inform our viewers about who made it to the second round.
And there I have a very good news for you. We don't have a top 10. We have a top 11 because we had a tie in there actually.
No!
Oh yeah, so we get a lot
more. We get a lot more action. We get more action. That's insane. That's really cool.
Let's start.
So this is actually the first time that we've had this situation in the qualifying events leading up to the FTA World Championships that we've had a tie. So definitely a very interesting situation for this qualifying event, and we're super excited to see where this is going to lead us. But let's go through P11.
P11, it's David flips
with a score of 21.5.
Exactly. Then Dominic flips. We just roll through it because I think we want to see action.
We want to see more. Let's go quick.
Number 10, Dominic flips. We just call out the Instagram name, so go check them out. Number 9, Bryn, then kind of a smiley, flips. Number 8, David 22 flips. Number 7, Clay Sends, a different name. I like that.
I like the sending part of it.
Send. Oh, yeah. Then number 6, Daniel Kamacher. Go check out his Instagram. We don't have the Instagram name here. Number 5, Jonas flips. On the 4th place, EM Tilk at EM Tilk.
All right.
Number
P3 is ND flips. Number 2 or P2, Moritz flips, and our first place after round 1. First qualifier from round 1, leading.
Pressure on all the other guys and girls.
gaining a score of 27 points, so only missing out on 3 potential points. He scored very high in creativity and difficulty with a 9.6 each. Is Fabi09 Flips. So we're definitely super excited to see where he's going to take us for this next round.
Oh yeah, and we have a reverse starting order in the second round. So the athlete who qualified last in P11 starts, then P10, like
so
the
on.
exact order we just read it out.
Exactly.
So that the one who qualified first kind of has a little bit of advantage to do strategically what he saw. He just can look, what do I have to do to qualify for the top 5 and be in the last round in the super final for the qualifying wildcard for the Freestyle Trampoline World Championships. So
all right, and so we are going to be starting with our top 10. Let's give it over to Mr. Greg Rowe.
All right, we're gonna get ready.
Greg, you can start.
All right, guys, now we're getting into our second round. We have eliminated our top 19 to the top 10. And now we have our first competitor for the second round, David. David, throw it whenever you want to go, buddy. And you're Dominic, right? All right, here we go. Last little bit of deliberation with Johannes. And we're off to the races.
All right, and we have David Flips on the tramp now, ready with the send.
David here will have to do a different combination.
Coming in for the kaboom.
Kaboom with the full stomach. Whoa.
Full stomach.
And full again, and solid landing. Great way to start the second round.
I would count this under strategic jumping because I think he's going to take another round.
That is a blind
he even checked with
he can't
Johannes
see it
Lutke,
before he
Johannes
does it.
did the all-known. Do it again. Do it again. I know you can do better. And so we're excited to see what he has for this second round. He's definitely got a score in already because he put it down, and that's going to give him some safety, and that's going to give him the space, the room to breathe to try something that's
exactly. Like in nearly every freestyle sport, get one run in, so go full out in the second, and that's what David is going to do.
Attempt number 2. Let's see what you got. Right into it, yes. Solid stomach. Oh, yeah. And, oh, not quite what he wanted, but he's still going. That's freestyle. Very nice. Guys, give it up for your first competitor, round 2, David. Amazing, amazing. And we're not going to waste any time. We're going to get right into it while these guys still have the energy. Dominic Flips, you are up, my friend. All right, whenever you are ready, my friend. Just chatting here with Luca, making sure that Luca knows when to throw the mat.
And once again, we can see the athletes talking to the mat
One of our
throwers, and this
smaller guys
just
here,
goes
but
to
yeah, you
show
got the
how much of a bond these athletes have with their mat throwers. Because when they're trying something new, they want to be caught by their mat throwers. And yeah, we're excited to see what he's going to do now. Okay, a full out after a triple. Oh,
yeah. And that was clean.
That was definitely clean.
Yeah,
that was definitely
clean. And the mat thrower was on point as well. He could have just, got to sleep.
Yeah,
so
easy,
precise
easy,
was that mat throw.
easy. Let's see if he's going to go for a second try. All right, it looks like he's going for a second try.
Number 2, he's throwing it down here because he wants to get into finals, so he's going to try to stomp this at the end here. Let's see if he's got it. All right, here we go. Yep, oh, there we go. And, all right, that's good, guys. Give it up, give it up. The judges will have a hard time trying to pick their favorite out of that one, but that was still impressive. Good job, Dominic.
Exactly, and that's exactly what Greg just said. The judges are going to have a hard time picking which one was their favorite because they were so close, these attempts. And so we're super excited to see what these judges have to say about this attempt.
What do you think? What attempt do the judges prefer?
It's always difficult to say because this first attempt was very clean. And for a judge, I think if you put it down first round, that would always give me a little bit of an edge because it gives a sense of like, I know the trick and I know exactly, it's like a sense of security. Yeah, but I'm just super excited to see where this goes. I don't even want to try and guess what these judges have to do. I'm not jealous of the judges because I wouldn't want to be in their position, because these athletes, these qualifiers are exactly for their main goal is to get to the World Championships, and they are going to give their all to manage to do that.
Let's give the judges something to do. Our next athlete is.
All right, let's go. Whenever you're ready, Bryn, let's see what you got for your second attempt. Remember, he has to do a different combo. If he just repeats the first one, he will not score as well. We're looking for that creativity. Oh, taking his pants off. I'm not sure. Oh, lots of twists. Half naked, I'm not sure what's going on there. We'll see what the judges make of that.
And there was some creativity pulling down the pants.
Absolutely.
Just for the ladies.
Just for the ladies.
Oh man, they're going to be talking about that one for a while. Can't wait to see the live stream comments. Oh, he's going for 6 twists at the end. See if you can count it. Here we go. Wonder if he can take his pants all the way off this time. Here we go. He's got it full. And close, guys. Giving it up for a lot of twists. That's a creativity we're looking for.
That Henrik Harlaut style to freestyle trampolining to all the free skiers out there. You know what I mean.
Absolutely. But I have to say, in the first combination, he got the pants pulling down part a little better.
Yeah.
But the execution
on the second one was a lot better.
And the last landing was definitely
So maybe
cleaner.
some differences in creativity and execution. But we have our next athlete on the trampoline.
Absolutely.
Let's hit it right away.
Oh yeah.
All right, here we go. Now we got David, 22. These guys go by their Instagram names because, of course, it is a sport born on Instagram officially through New York Times, LA Times, and some of the biggest publications out there. These guys have gone viral around the world and have seen on Ellen DeGeneres, Steve Harvey, and many other publications. These guys are going nuts. Whenever you're ready, my friend. There we go. The crowd's loving it. Let's see what he's got. All right, here we go, guys. That's set. Whoa! Open a little bit early, but that's okay, guys. Give it up for that harsh landing. These guys are monsters. That's a tough landing.
Definitely a harsh landing that we
destroyed, but
it
is to get lost in the
seems like
air.
he's okay. We're just going to give him a minute, and while we wait for him to start his second round, how do we said it's important for these athletes to know how to crash. So.
And he's just taking a breather. He knows how to crash, and I'm not quite sure. I think he's ready to go. What do you think?
I think it looks like he's ready to go.
You good, buddy? All right, looks like we're going to go for attempt number 2 here. He's just kind of gathering himself. There's a strategy that they have to have in their head, and it has to go perfectly to stay safe. You can see it went a little bit wonky for the first one, but that's why we give them 2 attempts here. You can see he's just rehearsing in his head one more time. Visualization is key in trampoline, whether you're traditional or freestyle. All right, let's see who he's got. Attempt number 2, guys. All right, this is already looking better. Yeah, there it is. Guys, give it up for him. He's still finishing off. Solid in the stomach. Guys, give it up. Nice try, but he was making a smart move and failed when the times got tough.
We saw in the first run that he was going to go for the quad, jumping off forwards into the front flip and then having a half turn in the second flip and continuing that rotation into the quad. He managed to open up after the third flip in order to guarantee his safety. And I think we're ready for the next athlete.
And those are split-second decisions they do.
Absolutely.
And so pure respect for
having
that air awareness, which is something you have to train for years. And I think our next athlete has done that as well.
And I think he's ready to go. He looks like he's ready to send it.
Yeah, and we can see on the video that he's showing the methods where to stand. And that definitely shows he knows what he's doing and he knows what he's capable of. And we will get a treat right now. That's my bet.
Absolutely.
All right. Clemens here says he's still preparing for a quick second, just tucking his shirt in. If the shirt is out and all of a sudden his thumb or something gets caught in it or blinds him, then that's another safety point. So these guys, again, some people think that they're reckless, but in reality, these guys are trying to be as safe as possible here. These guys want a long career in this sport, so this is good. Whenever you are ready, my friend. All right, let's see what he's got. We got 2 mat throwers here, ready for anything. There we go, there's that bounce. 1, 2, 3, 4, yes! Oh yeah, easy. Oh, with the open! Oh! Look at the crowd going
wild, coming in with the quad. And
Yeah,
then
slow
into the
motion, that
trip,
one.
and then sending out a triple twist at the end in his last shot. That's insane. These guys are going out of their minds.
And
They're out of their
look at all
minds.
the other athletes just running towards him, and they are competing against each other. But that's the wrong term. It's more like they're competing with each other. So they are happy about, what they see, what the other guys are doing, and when they land something sick, they just celebrate it. And so they did. And so there's not that kind of they are very competitive, but they are friendly competitive, I would call it.
Absolutely, friendly, competitive, and that's the way it is in a lot of freestyle sports. That these guys are friends. They're traveling the world. They're competing and training together. But while we're speaking, our next athlete is ready to go, and he's on the trampoline. Let's see what he has to offer.
Can you get him to come over and not?
All right, some last-minute deliberation over here with Sam. He's talking to Luca and Johannes. Again, you can see that safety really is a top priority here, guys. These guys are working together, coordinating their efforts to make sure everyone stays safe. Because this trampoline is so big, this is 5 meters by 5 meters. The Eurotramp is the most powerful trampoline in the world. So this is why we have 2 mat throwers, where normally in the Olympic stream you only have 1 because the trampoline's smaller. But these guys are freestyle, they go all over the place, so we want to make sure that we got 2 just in case.
All right, and this camera angle shows how high these athletes are going. Just have a look at those,
height.
What do you call them? The fences. They're at least
Everyone's
3.5 meters high.
following.
The security nets.
nets.
They're
It's gonna
3.5
be
meters high, and
amazing
they're
content.
surpassing that by a far.
1, 2, 3, 4. Whoa! Oh, man, that's a lot of twists. And oh my gosh! Oh! Fighting for that landing. Oh my gosh!
One of the longest combinations we've seen so
Absolutely
far.
insane, and you can
The
see
judges are
how
going
he's
crazy,
coming
like,
together
what on
and clapping
earth?
off with the boys. We're right in there with the athlete. This is as close as you can get to the athletes. And
that was a bit of storytelling, I would say. Starting out with a lot of flips, with a little twisting, and then progressing to less flips, but more twisting. So kind of a good story.
Absolutely.
And that's what the judges want to see. And I think he's going for
the second
same
attempt.
again, maybe. So we could hear the crowd shouting, and they all have an opinion. Like when a country is competing in a world championship, for example, we're both from Germany. As soon as the World Championships in football starts, Germany has 80 million national coaches, and so it's the same here with the community, with the spectators, with all the athletes watching.
And it looks like we have him ready for his next round. Let's see what he's got to offer.
All right, he's going to get ready. He's going to take a minute just to kind of rest himself here for a second. That was an absolute nuts combination. So I'll throw it back to our commentators for a minute just to take a quick another analysis of that while Sam gets himself all rested up. You're ready now? Okay, he says, nope, I'm ready. Let's do it. No need for further analysis. All right, let's see what he's got in store. All right. Looking for that one solid jump here. He's drifting back low. He's going to stop for a second, regain his bounce, his composure.
Opting for a little breather to take in, just to keep the composure, and this attempt, in a way, doesn't count as an attempt. So safety is very important to give the athletes a chance to keep their composure and to start their flight safely.
Exactly, and like you just said, it's not going to count as an attempt because he hasn't really started his flight yet. So he's still in the process of gaining airtime, gaining height in order to make all these flips and twists work in the air. And let's see, whenever he's ready, I think we're good to go.
All right, Sam is just composing himself here, doing some final rehearsal. Give him 1 second here just to play it in his mind. He is going to be trying to do the same combo, but he is going to try to stomp it on his feet. When you land a combo on your stomach or your back, it's still counted as landed in some ways, but in other ways, if you land on your feet, which is a much smaller surface area, then it is a lot more points. So he's going to go for attempt number 2, and he's going to try to stomp the landing. All right, here we go. When he lands it, I want you guys to go absolutely bonkers. All right. This is looking a little more solid. There it is. Yes. Yes. And wow. Oh, so close. Give it up. That was just an amazing effort.
All right, and we just saw his second attempt, and he got a little bit closer because he didn't fly off the trampoline. He landed on his knees, but he didn't specify exactly where he was going to land. So I definitely think this attempt is going to be a high-scoring attempt, 100%.
Absolutely, and I would like to think he wanted to land on his knees.
I would like to say that as well. So we're not judges or anything, so we have absolutely no say in this. But these are the exact thoughts that the judges are having in their minds right now.
I would say we have a little an educated, uneducated opinion on that.
And both an educated and an uneducated opinion.
Dangerous half knowledge.
Yeah, very thin ice that we're on right now.
I don't
Ganz gefährliches Halbwissen. Dangerous half knowledge. All right, it seems like we're ready with our next athlete. Let's see what he's got to offer.
All right, buddy. Whenever you are ready, let's see what he's got.
Very nice view. We can see both the mat throwers
Here we
getting
go. You
ready.
see the arms, using the arms to balance. That's what they're here for. The legs have to stay underneath you, but the arms widen your center of balance. And yes, triple, easy. He's been saving this one. 1, 2, and doesn't get the double. He gets a double twist around. That is a
definitely a solid attempt. Definitely a solid
twist.
attempt. He had some triples,
amazing.
Had a lot of spins. Definitely a good attempt, and I'm interested to see if he wants to take a second attempt. Now let's see what the athlete decides.
Give Jonas a moment here to gather his brain cells. They're now all floating around in his head.
Twisting and flipping in the air. So putting a little kind of individuality in there.
Individuality and flavor. Just flavor. Absolutely. Just pure sauce.
Sprinkle it on it.
Just pure sauce on that trick.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, it seems like we're ready to go, and I think he's taking a second attempt. Yeah, seems like it. Let's see what he's got to offer for us.
Head to the super tramp.
All right, he says he's ready to go for attempt number 2. If you look closely, you can see he kind of kicked the trampoline, which stops his rotation. So this time he's going to go for the same combo, but try to get a little bit cleaner with the execution and a little bit more stylish. 1, 2, 3 to back. There it is, full, over. There it is, and yes! Solid landing, and that is what the judges are looking for. Not craziness.
That's exactly what the judges want to see. An athlete going for a second attempt and definitely one-upping their first attempt. I'm super excited to see where he's going to score.
Oh yeah, and we already have the next athlete on the trampoline.
So let's cut right back. Let's cut right back.
More jumping.
Right, let's talk more jump.
All right, we got Emmanuel here, chit-chatting with Luca. right, just talking Johannes here, making sure that everyone's coordinated. Again, you can see that these guys can sometimes be perfectly executed, but other times things can go a little bit wonky. So again, this is why we have our safety mat throwers here. All right, here we go. Time of full half. This is going to be a triple flip with 2.5 twists somewhere in this combo. Whenever you're ready. All right, buddy, let it fly.
Oh, that's good. That's a good spot.
All right. And we're going. He's getting massive height here. One of the higher jumpers. So we're going to go for a full, and over to the back. Oh, the stomach gets it, and he's setting for a heck of a lot of twists. Oh, that would be a Miller Plus to stomach he was going for. Miller Plus being a double backflip with a quad twist, but he was a little bit short landing on the side. So he will get difficulty, but not all the execution. This is why we'll give him another chance to see if he wants to go for number 2. And he's going to just take a second, take a breather, but he's going to try to one-up that one, get a cleaner landing for the execution. Again, 10 points for difficulty, 10 points for style, but another 10 points for showing that control. All right, you can see he's got that, he's pushing hard. These are quads, hamstrings, glutes, all muscles coordinating together just to make sure that he can get at full height. There it is. Full, over. Oh, yes, over. He's adapting here. Oh, over to knees. Guys, give it up. Nice try. Didn't go as planned, but that is okay. All right, without wasting any more time, we're going to get right into Nicholas, or ND Flips, as he's better known. These guys share their skills on Instagram before they get here. Actual competitions are relatively new in this community. So you're seeing a community being born here. These guys have already been online for many years, sharing tricks, working together, tagging each other, giving each other tips, giving each other praise, props you can see with these guys over here with the mat throwers. And now they're actually throwing it down for the first time to try to become officially professional athletes on the main stage of sports.
So we have 3 more competitors coming up, and now Andy flips and straight back to Greg.
All right, it looks like we are now ready to go. Let's see what he's got to go with. He's got to have something different planned. The cool part about this, I don't even know what these guys are doing. They're literally making it up as they go, which shows how quick they are at adapting.
And look at the height of these athletes coming in.
Back, quad side, and full stomach, and hey! Stomps the twist at the end.
Quad side. We talked earlier about how hard that axe is to hold. And yeah, just to see him pull that to quad, absolutely insane. Absolutely
getting
insane.
That much deserved hugs from his friends,
Absolutely.
fellow athletes, fellow freestylers. So Andy flips throwing it down. And 2 more competitors to go, and then we will know who will be in the super final.
Exactly, and to wrap this up, Super Finals, the winner of the Super Finals will have a wildcard to the FTA World Championships, but we have our next athlete on the trampoline. Let's send it right up back over to Greg.
All right, looks like we're gonna get going. Let's see what Moritz has got. Again, making sure that the mat throwers know what he's doing. It's precision here. Again, teamwork makes the dream work.
And again, we see him with the mat throw, so telling them what he will do, where he will maybe land, so how much he will travel, and so let's keep the show going.
And that's the love we're looking for in the community here. You can see that everyone wants him to succeed. These guys are fighting against themselves and their own personal best more than each other. Because once this competition is done, they're all going to have fun, bounce around together, take videos, and it'll be like there was never a competition to begin with. Ready whenever you are. right, with our second last competitor of this second round, things are getting even more heated up. Jesus, look at that height. You need a bigger ceiling. There we go. That perfect bounce he's looking for. Yes. Oh, yeah. To back. Yes. 1, 2, 3. Cody at the end. That was impressive. Everyone's running.
I mean, we had to switch cameras because he was jumping out of the frame. And,
Insane.
I'm gonna lean myself out of the window and say that is definitely a hot contender for the super final.
Yeah, absolutely. Greg, tell us a little bit about that jump.
All right, that was an insane jump. You can see that in the second one, he was going sideways. In the traditional stream, you have to be straight on, but in the freestyle, you can actually go sideways. So he actually did do a quad side flip, which is rotating along the posterior anterior axis sideways in this way, and then he was able to twist it right at the end to a perfect stomach landing, which you don't see normally. You see in the traditional side that they will be able to do halves and fulls, but these guys do quarter twists because they have so much spatial awareness, because these guys are a freestyle sport. They are not a traditional sport. That was amazing. That was amazing. All right, now that everyone's calmed down, the heart rate's gone down just a little bit. Fabio, our last competitor of the second round. Then we're going to add up the scores and see who makes it to battle out.
Exactly, and this is our last competitor for this round. After
Highest scoring competitor from the qualifications.
Exactly, let's see what he's up to.
All right, here we go, getting the height. Trying to get that balance. There, big set into it. That's kaboom. Full, or back full, and full. One open, and stomach, Miller to the side. Okay, that was a lot of twirly girls.
We know where the score came
Trying
from
to take a look at that one.
Definitely
there was
crazy.
a back in full there. A Miller and a double side at the end. He didn't quite get it over to the stomach, which is what the judges are looking for. So you might want to go for one more.
And like Greg just said, it looks like he wants to go for a second attempt just to make sure that he gets higher points on his execution marks.
Score is in.
Score is in. Is it looking?
Well, no, I mean, he has a score.
Oh, yeah, he has a score in the books.
And
yeah.
he can up it now.
He can up it. Definitely an opportunity for him.
Absolutely.
All right, let's switch it back over to Greg, and let's go right back to the athlete whenever he's ready.
Ready? 10 seconds. All right, we'll give him 10 seconds to catch his breath. Again, this is not easy. These guys are making it look like it's simple, but these are things that even Olympic athletes could not do. I, coming from Team Canada on the traditional trampoline side, know exactly how hard it is for all these guys to be doing what they're doing here, live in front of you guys. It's amazing. Let's see what he's got for attempt number 2.
All right, and attempt number 2, the athlete is gaining a lot of height. And as Greg said, it's the leg muscles, the quads, the calves that are pushing these athletes into these.
Not quite what he was looking for.
And
that's okay, because he didn't actually really do his skill. He will still get another set. Throw it over to our commentators for 2 seconds while he just regains his equilibrium. All right.
It seems like he needs a little moment to relax. Let's give our athlete a little bit of time.
What happens when these guys are
While
jumping?
we wait on him, let's go through it. We have this is the last athlete of this heat. What does that mean for the athletes? What does the super final mean?
That does mean 10 of the 11 people in the second round, in the semi-final, as to speak, they are battling it out for the top 5.
Exactly.
So it doesn't matter what position you are in, you have to rank in the top 5. Then you're in the super final, and back to the action.
Attempt 2, your final competitor of round 2, Fabio. Here we go, and yeah, that's looking better. Back full. Yes, solid 1, 2, open, and twist, and there he goes! At the end. Wow, that is amazing. Okay, that's gonna round it up for our round 2. We're gonna go to our we're going to go to our final rounds. We're just going to add in our scores, and the top 5 will be moving on to battle out one more time for a top 3 place and to be able to go and qualify for London, guys. Don't go too far. We'll be right back.
And
throw it over to
we
Louis
are
Felix,
having-
and they will take their thoughts on the last round.
And we are having Fabio in for the interview. Evan is waiting, and let's roll.
So Fabian, you're one of the OG ARL Park flippers, we could say. You're training here on a weekly basis, often here at least twice a week, doing some crazy tricks like always. This combo was absolutely crazy. What's going through your head doing these type of tricks?
It was really crazy. I really love the community around here. And yeah.
And what do you think? Think you're gonna be in the final?
I hope that I'm going to be in the final.
Okay. Ready to throw down, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yes, Fabio. Well, one more thing. How long do you train for, or how long have you been training up to this event now?
Like 6 months from now.
6 months, and how do you build it up? Do you explain a little how you train your tricks?
Yeah, mostly I build up with normal chill stuff like full outs or something. And then I get to the bigger tricks and get them better.
Sounds amazing, Fabi. We're cheering for you for finals. See you in finals.
Thanks.
All right, and we just heard that that Fabi prepared for this event for 6 months, and that just goes to show it to you how important this is. Important this is to the athletes, because this is their only chance to qualify for the first ever World Championships in this very young sport.
Absolutely, and that is a chance. And actually, we got some spoilers, but they didn't know they were spoiling, because Fabio, we have the results, and should we tell them the results now? Or
Let's
after
go right in there. Let's go right in there. All right, our top 5 competitors that are going to be moving forward into the super final are on P5, Daniele Kammacher, P4, Cleesens, and I'll give you the honor of doing the top 3. Here we go.
The podium in the semifinals, so qualified to the super final on P3. ND flips with amazing 26.8 scores from 30. On P2, Moritz flips with 27.3. And on place number 1 again. So he's definitely maybe the favorite out of qualifying and semifinal. Fabio 09 flips, place number 1 again.
Crazy again, and he actually managed to one-up his score that he had in round 1, where he scored a 27 out of 30. Now he scored a 27.8, scoring exactly 9.4 in creativity, 9.4 in difficulty, and a solid 9 in execution. So definitely one of the highest scoring run that we've seen today. So he definitely is on the road to maybe being one of the top competitors in this event.
Absolutely. And if he may make it to London or any of the other 4 super finalists.
Knock on wood.
Absolutely. And I think they will stay in London not only for the 4th of August, but maybe stay in London until the 6th of August, because we have the Berg Bounce Fest there, only 2 days after the World Championships. Tickets are on sale next week for this UK event, and I mean, when all the top flippers of the world are in London for the World Championships, they will stay for the Bounce Fest.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
Go check it out.
It's the place to be, and if you guys want to be a part of the FTA World Championships, the tickets are on sale now. Just go to ftaworldchamps.com. The link to the website will also be in this live stream description. Go buy your tickets, make sure you be a part of it. We're always here live and bringing this live broadcast to you, but it's just a lot crazier to see this happening in real time, seeing the athletes as close as you could possibly be to them. Definitely a good experience, and I could definitely recommend it to everyone.
The video just doesn't do it justice. When
Absolutely.
you see it in person, it's crazy on the video, but it's even more crazier when you see it in person. And I think we have some footage, some highlights for the Berg Bounce Fest.
Absolutely, and you know what? I think less talking, more action. Let's cut right to it.
Let's go for the Berg Bounce Fest highlight reel.
Fabio, where's Fabio? Fabio, you ready? We're gonna get going. All right, guys, here we have our finalists now. Fabio is going to get things started. We are going to get going into our, let's get it done, final competitors of the day. Fabio is just making sure he's coordinating with these guys real quick. Guys, let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, these guys have been battling it out. All right, so it looks like we have our top 5. We're going to be starting with Fabio, and then we're going to go Moritz, Nicholas, Sam, and then Clemens. These guys are going to battle out one more time for you guys, and that's going to call it a wrap. We have our top finalists, Fabio, Moritz, Nicholas, Sam, and Clemens. This is it. This is what these guys are battling out for. These guys will be battling one more time with a unique combo, and the top one flipper gets to go to London. All right, these guys just doing a bit of brainstorming here while everyone grabs their seats. Again, showing that these guys really are working together as a community because these guys train together. There we go. There's the love that we're looking for. I come from the traditional side, and it was a little bit more, let's say, tense, we'll say. And here, these guys are just friends. Here we go, getting the last little bit of help from these guys. Luca will be finding himself in position. And Fabio, whenever you are ready.
All right, and our athlete is still discussing with Johannes.
We are good. Here we go, the last final combos.
And he's commencing flight.
Let's see what he's got here. He's got to have to change it up. He's already done so many crazy things. What else could he possibly do? Here we go, 1, 2, 3. Oh, easy, solid. That was a double in, I think. That was a
what the hell? What did you see? Madness! Absolute madness!
Jesus Christ!
I can't believe it! I can't believe it! Look at Evan!
We can see. We have the perfect view here to just look at
everyone's faces. Evan, film our mat thrower. That's crazy. What a jump.
Oh
what a jump. So crazy.
And he seems content, so does he go for the second round or does he not go for the second round?
That is the question. That is exactly the question. Is he going to try and one-up that? No, it doesn't seem like he wants to one-up it. And so he's pretty happy with that score. And yeah, I think that is going to be a pretty high scoring round.
And the jump to the World Championships?
It might be. It might be. I don't want to be the judge right now.
But we have other amazing
athletes. Right.
We have other amazing athletes that want to grab that position. So let's see what we're at. Less talking, more action.
Let's go.
All right. I wonder what's going through his head right now. When I was competing, I would be rehearsing my skills in my head, visualizing them from a third party, thinking, okay, is this going to look the way I think it's going to look? And then I try to match up my body in real life to what he's doing.
So we just got a little bit of a hint that there might be a quint in this run.
Hey,
I don't want to.
It's actually rhyming, so the hint.
Yeah, the hint and
maybe,
the quint. It seems like our athlete is taking some time because this is going to be a very, very difficult trick to do without a double bouncer.
Final combo
so
of
let's
the
see
day
what he's
for
got
this
to
guy.
offer.
All right. Here we go. Okay, that right bounce has got to be just perfect. This Euro tramp is not forgiving. Here we go. It looks like he's going to get it. 1, 2, oh, 4, and 1, 2, 3.
Oh my God!
Wow!
And look at the crowd! Look at the crowd! That's crazy. I'm very sorry to the live stream because I think we just broke the microphone.
We just, I mean, what other reaction is there? And maybe Greg can tell us how crazy that is.
Just insane. And when you thought it was all over, after he did basically a quintuple backflip to his stomach, opening up early and be able to spot that landing without landing literally on his head. Then he keeps going, doesn't stop, and then is able to throw out a 2.5 twist at the end. To be able to rotate and then turn into a twist, that is something you don't see every day, that's for sure.
Wow. And here we see the ARL Park logo.
Yeah, and I think we have our contender in the interview.
Waiting for the interviewee.
For the interviewee. Yeah. Let's see what he has to say.
So Moritz, 5 flips. What goes through your head doing something like that? That's just crazy.
I was so nervous. I did it one time before last week, but I'm so happy I did it. And
that is completely unreal.
Thank you.
What are your thoughts? What are you expecting?
I don't know. I think the best should win.
The best should win. That's how it is. Moritz, thank you so much. Congrats to those amazing rounds, and we're happy to see what the end result will be.
Exactly, and Moritz put it together very nicely. It's about the best person that should win and not himself, so it just goes to show how this community is set up. And
I think we have our next competitor ready, so when he is ready, let's roll. And I mean, we have been screaming for two times now. Let's make us scream a third time.
All right.
All right, Greg, you're ready to go.
Things have been getting crazy here, so let's see if Nicholas can throw down. Oh man, the cool part about these competitions is that in the traditional side, I knew exactly what I was going to see long before I saw it, because everyone sort of does the same stuff because of the way the rules are. But the rules here are all different. They're all freestyle, allowing these athletes to do anything that they want, go on any axis they want, any position they want. So we literally do not know what's going to happen. That makes it super exciting from a visual perspective and from an audience perspective. Whenever you're ready. All right, he says he's ready. I see everyone's cameras are out. Here we go. Third final competitor. All right, here we go. Yeah, 3. Yes. Oh, he makes it. And kaboom. Doesn't quite get it. That was a nice try. Nice try. He says he's going to do it one more time. He loved it. That was a timer, so he definitely knows what he wants to do, but you can see they didn't quite get that kaboom when he lands on his back and kicks his heels on the trampoline. That is what he's looking to actually get the kaboom. The kaboom actually gives you a kaboom of rotation, which is why we call it that. So he's got to get the right timing or it just won't work. All right. He's down attempt number 2. He's going to get some love from everybody. Evan, the camera guy, Luca, number 1, and Johannes, Matt Thrower, number 2. And we got Sam as rivals and competitors, but again, showing that love that they have for each other. They are not competing against each other. They're competing with each other. All right. Here we go. You see, there we go. 3 to back, full to side, out, and the triple. 1, 2, 3, full down, and then triple twist the stomach.
They just keep them coming. They just keep them coming. That's absolutely insane. I'm blown away.
If we
I'm
thought
blown away
it
at
couldn't
this
get
point.
any better, I mean, it's for the judges up to decide, but it definitely wasn't worse.
That was definitely better. That was definitely better. And like I said so often in this live stream, I just don't want to be a judge right now. I really don't want to be a judge right now. It's so difficult to pull apart these combos and really be really nitpicky about what just happened and what they could have done better or where the other athlete was maybe a little bit superior. So this is just like minor details that the judges are looking for. And talking about minor details, we have our next athlete ready to go.
Absolutely.
And, it seems like he's putting
right,
some
so-
chalk on his legs because he's probably going to be
All right, so we got
sending
Sam
really
up
big.
next. You can
And
see
the
Sam got a little
disclaimer,
bottle
when you
here.
turn
That
down the
bottle has
volume a bit,
chalk
we
in it.
might
Again, these guys are trying to stay as safe as possible.
Your audio system.
audio system with our screens. So go for it.
All right.
All right, you can see that he is putting on chalk on his shins because when you're trying to do a tight tuck and you slip, then all of a sudden things can go a little bit crazy or sideways. So what he is doing is putting chalk on the same way that a weightlifter will put chalk on or a gymnast will put chalk on to make sure he has the grip that he needs.
All right, and it seems like he's still talking to his mat thrower Johannes, and he's that always like it's foreshadowing for something big that's going to happen. Once they talk to their mat thrower to get ready and tell them where they're probably going to land.
Very good indicator for that.
Absolutely.
And now Greg will tell us what he is doing. And
all right, Greg, take us to the trick.
Last little bit of theory here. Almost like we're in a university class trying to figure out what's going on. We've got to coordinate the camera wheel. Magdalena's got to figure out where she wants to film from. Because again, if it didn't happen on camera, it didn't happen at all. So here we go. We got Sam. He's got two mat throwers on this side, so it means he's going to be doing something super gnarly over here on this side of the trampoline. And again, the only reason these guys can even do this is because it's on a 5x5 meter super tramp from Eurotramp, the Olympic trampoline supplier. And they have a huge surface area, so we got to make sure we cover everything. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. With triple. Oh, yes, and oh my God, he gets a triple round and
but he's not satisfied. He's not satisfied.
I think he will go again.
I think he will definitely go again. If I were, you can see it in his eyes. He's not satisfied. He wants that. He wants
And
that.
I thought when we were in Sweden that we saw it all. All right, it looks like he's going to go do another one. Let's see what he's got. Yeah, I don't see there.
All right, and this is exactly the time where the athletes have a quick minute to take a breather, get calm, get composed, and be ready for their next flight.
And if you ever stood or jumped on a trampoline, you know how exhausting this is.
All right, let's
but
take
he
it.
took his breather, let it roll.
Here we go. So he's going to take the same sort of combo, but he's going to try to one-up it. How he's going to do that, I am not quite sure. Oh, here we go. Get that one jump. Here we go. Everyone's waiting with bated breath. There we go. Easy. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Not quite, but he's not going to stop. Guys, give it up. Solid adaptation. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, he ended it with a wall flip, and he flew right in front of us, right into the judges.
Planted it,
Yeah.
tipped the wall,
Yeah.
and came back safely down.
So definitely style points right there.
and 2 quads in there.
Oh, it's going to be
Double full
really
rounds.
difficult for the judges to decide, but I think just because of the sheer technicality that we've seen earlier, I'm not quite sure if he's gonna be on the top spot. So, but I'm excited to see how the judges are going to be evaluating. But let's see what our next athlete has to offer.
Final landing wasn't super clean, but let's see what Fabio, place number 1 in the qualification, place number 1 in the semi-final. So let's see what he has to offer.
You can see that at that last one that he had to adapt, and that's what freestyle is all about. It's adaptation. It's very easy in a sense to pre-rehearse a routine, do it over and over again for months, and then land it in competition. But when you have to actually make it up literally on the fly, that's when things get crazy. All right, our final competitor, we have Clemens. Let's see what he can do. Let's end the show with something insane. Look, all the parents now have their cameras out. We have new fans in the house. Oh, big open stomach. Double. 1, 2. 1, 2.
Putting that Superman into the front foot and then coming out of the dub and into the quad. What a combo. What a combo. Clemens definitely sending it.
Absolutely sending it, and he will send it a second time, so give it back. Give it back to Greg.
It's crowded. All right. We see what he's going for. You see that big stall, that big open style in the air. You can see he's trying to go for those style points. You don't get to do that in the traditional side. But here, if you can make it up and make it cool, then it counts for sure. So let's see what he's got for his final attempt here. All right, gain that height. Wait, here's suspense. Open, big open. There it is to stomach. Double full. Easy double. And 1, 2. And that is the way to end the competition at ARL Park. Our third qualifier for the World Championships. That is what it's all about.
Exactly, Greg. That is exactly what it's all about.
Guys,
sending it
amazing.
hard,
We are going to call
putting it
in.
down safely. Unbelievable.
We'll go to a small commercial break. Thank you, everybody. Interview. Clemens, interview. Quick. What? Oh, sorry.
And while we are looking at the crowd celebrating, we got him in for an interview, so let's give it to Evan.
I don't know yet.
Let's hear what he has to say.
Straight from the tramp. How are you feeling about that absolutely crazy combo?
I'm stoked myself. I didn't expect to be landing the quad back so easy. And the first one I even over-rotated. So I'm completely happy I landed it so clean now.
That's unbelievable. We were talking about this combo already earlier. You were saying you're not sure if you even want to try to land it just because it's a insanely hard trick to, especially after that first Triffus and Cody Dub full, to really get that height and just be straight on the trampoline is so crazy. How much hours of training went into just this combo?
I mean, I did train a lot of power just to get that dub back up in the air, to get that height in order to land the quad back. So yeah, I think the training paid off.
It definitely did. Clemens, congratulations already for that insane combo, and yeah, we'll see how far you get in the results, huh? Thanks to Clemens.
Der Clemens, du absolut.
Niemals hätte ich gedacht, dass ich das so lerne.
Oh, sorry, mic wasn't on. That was the last competitor for this session. Felix, what did we just see? What did we just witness? I think this went above and beyond all of the things that we even saw in the other qualifying events. These guys were throwing down.
Absolutely. I mean, when I think about what we saw in Nuremberg, what we saw in Bromella at the ARL Park, the finals, they were crazy, madness,
they were crazy,
but none had us screaming like that.
Literally in every
system.
final run, we were out of our minds because they were just absolutely sending it, and that's exactly why ARL Park is so crazy cool, because the vibe is just so. Like it's just all out. It's just a send vibe, and we felt it yesterday. We arrived here yesterday, and we just came here, and it was an instant send vibe.
Yeah.
We both sent new tricks. We tried some new stuff, and it was just absolutely insane and super fun. So whenever you have time and are in the area, make sure to visit ARL Park. Definitely worth a visit.
And while speaking of ARL Park, I think we need a quick moment to just breathe.
Yeah.
So we will just switch to some video about the ARL Park, so go check it out. Go visit the ARL Park, of course, the ARL Park and the Atom Nuremberg as well, depending on what's nearer to you. But
Absolutely.
maybe you can go for the Triple Crown and visit them all this year.
Absolutely. Let's see what it is. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Evan. I'm 17 years old, live in Austria, and I'm representing ARL Park. I started V-Tramp when I was about 10 years old. For the first 3 years, I only did simple stuff like backflips and front flips, and then I bought a better trampoline and started to really progress. For For me, a typical training starts with at least 20 to 30 minutes of warming up. I do my stretching, small stuff on the air track, and then go up to the trampoline and do some basics. I will get a feel of what tricks work best for that day. It seems to me like on each day I'm better at a certain trick or at a certain combo. So I try to find that out, what works best on that day. That depends on how my body feels, how motivated I am, and generally how flexible I guess my body is at that day. So I find that out within the warm-up already, and then I try to go into depth in that trick. I tend to play it relatively safe. I've definitely necked a few times, what ended up for me not being able to tramp for like a week. And I've had some bruises all over my body pretty much, but never anything too serious. In summer, I train about 3 to 4 times a week, often between 2 and 4 hours. The variety of tricks or disciplines I train in summer is way bigger though, because we're in the swimming pool a lot or just outside where we can train tricking or free running. For me, I have to have all of the steps that build up that trick consistent, and as soon as I have that and have the mental ability to actually go for the trick, I will tend to go for it with the mat. After working up or actually doing the good tricks, I normally just have fun at the end of the session by just playing around, trying new positions, new grabs, new types of axes that my body can go, or just generally new types of movements. What about the community do you like the most and why?
I like freestyle trampoline because it's a sport with a great community where you don't compete against each other. You just do it together. It's like a great family.
For me, it's definitely the fact that you can be yourself, you can be unique, you can come up with any tricks or combos you can think of, and it will be accepted by the community. The second thing I love the most, or I love a lot about the community, is the fact that everyone supports each other. Even the beginners get a lot of support from the older and better flippers, and that's something I really appreciate and love about this community.
Young upcoming freestyle trampoline athletes that are going to your first qualifiers, I'd say come with it, be ready to send it, have a blast, stay safe, and good luck from the Tempest family. As our sport is growing up, it's still so young, but as it's growing up, I think brands are starting to realize like, oh, we got to work together a little more. We've got to talk about this a little more. Professional athletes have to realize that like, oh, that guy who might have been a competitor for me for some reason, whether as a brand or as a competitor in a competition, is also somebody I should be working alongside with to build the bigger picture here.
Oh my God!
Well, we saw all those cool content online from all those talented flippers, and they inspired us to incorporate in this new scene for us.
So they challenge us to be out of our comfort zone, and we really love to be part of this whole new community for us. The reason we got into the G-Tramp community is because we saw all those cool content online from the most talented flippers, and they inspired us to be incorporated in this whole new scene for us and challenged us to be out of our comfort zone, and we really love doing it.
Super excited to be part of the world's first freestyle trampoline championships. We wish our team, Sammy, Louis, Ernest and Julian, and of course all the qualifiers, the best of luck. Super proud to be part of it. Of course we hope that Teamwork will be on the podium, but of course we also wish all the best of luck to other athletes and other brands, of course.
Oh, so clean. All right, everybody. So that wraps up our competition. For you viewers at home, I hope you guys had a blast watching this. For you guys here that came all the way out here to see these guys throw down live, I want you guys to give it up for all of your competitors and your finalists and ARL Park for hosting this amazing competition. Guys, give it up for everybody that came out and supporting this amazing community. This is legitimately a grassroots community.
You can hear the crowd go wild.
In 2017 with GT Games, and now these guys have evolved to actually having live streamed events, having competitions all over the world, and professional broadcasters actually coming in and saying they want a piece of the action, guys. So amazing. For all the competitors that couldn't be here, kudos to you guys at home. Keep doing your flips, keep staying safe, and you guys are going to be the next major sport. All right, guys, without further ado, let's give you guys our finalists, and we will announce our winners. So, in 4th place, in 3rd place, our 4th, we have ND Flips. Nicholas is our 3rd place winner. Congratulations. Well done, well done. All right. Now, in 2nd place, here we go. We have Clemens. Clemens is 2nd up. Well done. All right, now, this one's a bit wonky, but in reality, this is the way the scores have jumped together. We have actually a tie for 1st place. And in tie for 1st place, we have Fabio and Moritz. Guys, give it up. Guys, give it up. Go in, go hug. Guys, give it up for your finalists. Well done, guys. Well done. So Moritz and Fabio will be going to London to compete against the world's best freestyle trampolinists out there. We have athletes from New Zealand, from America, from everywhere, and these guys will be showing up there to battle it out. Guys, give it up one more time for your finalists here. Amazing job, everybody.
All right, Greg, thank you very much.
Thank you guys very much. My name is Greg Rowe. It was a pleasure to be your host, and that wraps it up for the competition. Thank you very much.
All right, and there was a little bit of a miscommunication there, so we will go through the top 4 finalists again. On P4, we have Daniele Kamara, P3, ND Flips, P2, Cleesens, and tied for P1 are Fabi and Moritz. So this is the official standing, and we are going to be having 2 participants at the FTA World Championships. They scored the exact same to the 10th. And will therefore both be going to the FTA World Championships.
But what's very important here, they didn't score exactly the same at each category. So Moritz scored 9.3 on creativity, while Fabi scored 9.5 there. Difficulty, they both had the same score with 9.7, and execution was a little bit better from Moritz, so 9.3, than from Fabio with 9.1. And so we have, for each category, we have 1 judge. So we definitely know that, for example, the execution judge, he's looking only for that. So perfect focus on what really counts for his category. And that's, I think, the two qualifiers that do justice to the insanity we saw here right from the talk.
I agree 100%. All these guys that competed today, props to you all. You are all absolutely out of your minds, especially, yeah, exactly. Absolutely crazy. So, yeah, what a crazy event, what a great event. I can't wait for the FTA World Championships to see what's going to be thrown down there when these guys are throwing down all of these tricks just in qualifying. And absolute insanity. Absolute insanity.
And those weren't the last qualifiers. So
no.
We still have 2 qualifiers coming up. The next one in Tempest in California. So it really will be the World Championships. We will have European qualifiers and qualifiers from all over the world. The next up, Tempest in California.
And then after that, we will be going to France. We will be hosting a qualifying event in France. So make sure to stay tuned at FTA World Championships. Follow FTA World Champs on Instagram and all social platforms. And make sure to buy your tickets
Absolutely.
for London.
Get your tickets.
Get your
they
tickets.
are raw.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they are going...
They're going out like cheap gasoline, I would like to say.
And cheap gasoline is something you won't get nowadays.
No,
so
no,
easily.
absolutely not.
So make sure to get your ticket. Watch that insanity in person. Watch them throw down, all while being supported by Berg, who do amazing garden trampolines.
Yeah.
And of course, Eurotramp, the official trampoline supplier for the World Championships, and of course for the World Championship qualifiers
Absolutely.
as well.
And we want to take this moment to thank our sponsors for supporting us on this journey to bringing up the sport, growing the sport into something that could potentially be an extreme sport, competing with snowboarding, with BMXing, with wakeboarding and surfing and all the other extreme sports that are out there. We're super elated and absolutely just blown away by the energy that this community is bringing out, and we're so happy to be a part of it. And so just 1,000 thank yous to our sponsors. It really means a lot.
And thank you to all you guys and girls watching the live streams, maybe re-watching the live stream, or being straight on site at the event.
Absolutely.
Just hyping up, celebrating the athletes and the whole freestyle trampoline movement. It's you guys. It's really you. It's not about some single persons.
It's the kids in the trampoline parks.
The community. That's all you. And so keep it going. You are the ones who grow the sport, who make it as it is, and to give it the sheer amount of potential it has.
Absolutely. All right. And with that being said, our warmest congratulations to Moritz and Fabi. You've more than deserved this ticket to the FTA World Championships. We're looking forward to seeing you there. And with that being said, I think we'll call it the end of the live stream. It was very fun hosting this live stream for you guys. And my name's Lou.
I'm Felix, and it was an honor to moderate with you.
Absolutely. See you next time in France, and we'll be there.
Let's go.